Farm workers in the United States of America are now reported to feel as though they are hunted like animals. This is the reality that far too many are currently living in the United States of America. Farm workers, specifically in California, where ICE raids continue to rise, feel as though they are being hunted like animals with extreme fear abound, lost income growing, and farm workers scared to come to work. That is the reality that many are living in as ICE raids increase so that the Trump administration can reach its daily 3,000 arrest quota that White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller has imposed on immigration officials. It is a scary time to be a farm worker, whether you are documented or undocumented. This morning, lawmakers are demanding accountability over the Florida Everglades Immigration Detention Center known as Alligator Alcatraz because now we know that hundreds of detainees have no criminal charges, no criminal record, and they are being held in a filthy, overcrowded cage with inadequate food, water, and sanitation. Despite Florida state claims that the facility is independently run, officials say that ICE is actually fully directing all operations, raising serious legal and human rights concerns. A federal lawsuit remains pending over the environmental concerns of the immigration facility. Before I continue, please consider supporting my work today by subscribing to my Substack, clicking the button below, or sending a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas. In addition, we have an interesting twist in the Jeffrey Epstein drama. According to the Daily Mail, take this with a bit of a grain of salt, Ghislaine Maxwell, who is currently serving 20 years in federal prison for child sex trafficking charges, and the only person convicted in connection to Jeffrey Epstein, reportedly wants to testify before Congress, claiming she was never offered a plea deal and is willing to share what she knows about Epstein's trafficking network and his powerful associates. Maxwell has appealed her conviction to the United States Supreme Court, arguing that she should not have been prosecuted due to a 2008 non-prosecution agreement with Jeffrey Epstein that she claims protected co-conspirators. The Trump administration, led by Attorney General Pam Bondi, is now under pressure because today is their deadline to prepare a response to Maxwell's appeal. Amid growing outrage over the Justice Department's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein case, Donald Trump said that he spoke with FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino, who had reportedly considered resigning to calm tensions as conservative figures continued to attack Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, and others over a DOJ memo denying the existence of the client list. We're going to see whether or not what Maxwell is saying is true. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's tariffs threat to impose 30% tariffs on European imports by August 1st has drawn sharp warnings from EU Trade Commissioner, who said that the move would, quote, practically prohibit transatlantic trade worth more than 4.4 billion euros daily. Michigan-based Howard Miller Company, a nearly century-old clock and furniture maker, announced that it will be shutting down due to economic pressures and Trump-era tariffs that have raised costs and disrupted the supply chain, marking the end of a major Zeeland, Michigan industry and impacting over 200 jobs. Donald Trump today announced that the United States will sell Patriot air defense systems and other advanced weapons to Ukraine, with European allies expected to fund the purchase amid mounting frustration that Russia's refusal to agree to a ceasefire, calling it business for us. Trump said the deal would be paid in full and marks a shift after failed talks with Vladimir Putin. A devastating five-alarm fire at the Gabriel House assisted living facility in Fall River, Massachusetts, left 9 people dead and at least 30 injured, including 5 firefighters, prompting officials to call it a, quote, unfathomable tragedy. King Charles has invited Donald Trump for a second official state visit in September, making him the first modern elected official to receive 2 such honors. Meanwhile, Donald Trump was booed in New Jersey yesterday while presenting the FIFA Club World Cup Championship trophy, drawing a colder public reaction despite his diplomatic win in the United Kingdom. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says Trump's plans to overhaul FEMA rather than eliminate it. Rosie O'Donnell dismissed Trump's latest threat to strip her of her U.S. citizenship, saying she's just the latest in a long line of public figures targeted by the president. An Israeli airstrike in central Gaza killed 6 children and 4 others at a water collection site, with the military admitting the strike missed its intended target. A gunman went on a deadly rampage in Lexington, Kentucky yesterday, killing 2 women and injuring 3 others, including a state trooper, before being fatally shot by police officers. Some good news: during a partial tunnel collapse 450 feet beneath Los Angeles. 27 contractors working on a $500 million clear water sanitation project narrowly escaped being trapped when several feet of soil fell from the ceiling. All 31 workers made it out unharmed. So that's good news. With that, that's all the news today. There'll be more news this evening, so stay tuned. Subscribe to support by clicking the button below or sending a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas, and I'll see you this evening.